This is why you're here. I already know. That guy right there. LaMelo freaking Ball. The Hornets, a.k.a. the Charlotte Bobcats, have had years, and when I say years, of being trash. The Charlotte Hornets, a.k.a. the Charlotte Bobcats, have been one of probably the worst franchises in the league, next to the New York Knicks. LaMelo Ball is finally in the NBA, and he's been showing off what he can do in real life, which is great. He's an amazing talent. He does what he needs to do. He gets his teammates involved, and he's just great. The Charlotte Hornets, a.k.a. the Charlotte Bobcats, have been an abysmal franchise for years. And when I say years, I mean years. They've squandered draft picks, picked people that haven't necessarily been that good, and overall, they just haven't been good as a unit. But that's about to change right now. With the direction of Michael Jordan, I hate to say it, they've been pretty much good. So you have a team that's pretty good. But can they be great? That's the biggest thing. As far as the strengths and weaknesses of this team, they have a lot of strengths and a lot of weaknesses. One, they need direction at the point guard position. They have too many guards with the additions of Terry Rozier and Devontae Graham. And then two, they need to figure out what they're going to do with this duo right here. Once they figure out what they're going to do at the point guard, they need to build around these two guys right here. LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges. Those two have a connection that is crazy. Now, between these two issues, we have to figure out what we're going to do with this team. And I hope you all are ready for this journey, because obviously our goal is at the end to win a championship. Let's get it. Yeah, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Young, and I'm back. We got another rebuild video. This time we doing the Charlotte Hornets, man. I caved, y'all. I'm just be honest, I caved. But first and foremost, y'all know what y'all supposed to do. Like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, so you know when the next video drop, man. Like I said, I caved, man. I said I wasn't gonna do the Hornets because I wanted to do the Kings rebuild first, and then the Kings rebuild ain't really work out because y'all threw a temper tantrum. So whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? I caved. I'm trying to give y'all what y'all want. This is what y'all want, man. We doing the Charlotte Hornet rebuild, and y'all know how we do the rebuilds, man. If you haven't first watched any of my rebuilds, go do them. You know what I'm saying? This is now my third. If I want to say third, I would say this is my 2.5, because like I said, I didn't finish the Kings rebuild because y'all ain't really bang with it like that. So I might just, delete it off YouTube or something, But anywho, like I started any rebuild, man, we go down the roster, we kind of look, we kind of look at the roster, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what we about to do. So first and foremost, they got Gordon Hayward, LaMelo Ball, the guy that y'all really is here for. Terry Rozier, PJ Washington, Cody Zeller, Bismack Biyombo, Devontae Grahams, Miles Bridges, Malik Monk. They got the Martin twins, Jalen McDaniels, Vernon Carey, Nick Richards, and then they got a whole bunch of other guys that I don't really think they actually get PT in real life. But we about to just look at this roster. This is what the roster is looking like. I would say if I was to rate this roster on 2K, this is about a C-ish. In real life, they doing numbers, man. They're shooting the what is it? The leather off the ball, whatever. I don't know how that phrase go, but they going crazy in real life. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I wanted to do this rebuild around the time that 2K at first came out. This was gonna be my first rebuild, but I just had to hop on the wave and do OKC first because they had all those picks. But I wanted to do this rebuild before they got Gordon Hayward, and Gordon Hayward is kind of the wrench in my side as far as like what I want to do with this team, simply because Gordon Hayward and Miles Bridges played the same position, and I feel like going forward, if we really want to make this team better, Miles Bridges have to be in the starting lineup. So I have to figure out what I'm gonna do, because Miles Bridges, PJ Washington, and Gordon Hayward essentially kind of play the same position. I don't necessarily know how I'm gonna do our starting lineups simply because I want Terry Rozier to be my backup point guard. So I switched his position to point guard. It dropped him down 2 overalls. He was an 82. And so I wanted Terry Rozier to be my backup point guard. I want Malik Monk to actually start so that he can become a better player, because I feel like Malik Monk is a dog. But if Malik Monk don't really turn out great in his first year, then I might just, have him as our 6th man or whatever to help out Terry, and then we can kind of build in the draft and see if we can get a 2 guard in the draft that'll, be able to help LaMelo. But with the whole Gordon Hayward signing, it makes it a little bit hard. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do as far as like the Gordon Hayward, Miles Bridges thing. And then the other thing that I really want to do is I want to find Devontae Graham another home. Maybe we can get a draft pick for Devontae. So because I don't want to have all these point guards. We're not the Phoenix Suns of like 2013, where they had Isaiah Thomas, Goran Dragic, and they had Eric Bledsoe all at the same position, like trying to play. No, we don't want to do that. This is 2K. This is not real. But I want this to at least be as real as possible. So the starting lineup for right now is going to be computer generated. If you are new to any of my rebuilds, what we do is we go into our calendar and we sim the first year. We sim the first year just to get a look at what the team is doing, how the team is operating, and then we go right into the draft, and we just go from there. And then that year we try to get a ring the first year. If we don't get a ring the first year, then we scrap it, and that's it. That's usually what we do. But I think with this rebuild, I'm probably going to make this as realistic as possible. So I'm going to keep everybody here, and we're just going to try to do the best that we can. But like I said, the biggest thing is I want Terry Rozier to be my backup point guard, and I want to find a home for Devontae, maybe get a pick for him. I don't necessarily know if I'll be able to trade him during the draft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finagle his contract so that 2K will give me the ability to do that, because I know they can do that in real life, but I can't do that on the game because it's a clear 1-year contract. So we're going to go into his, I think it's his vitals, and change his contract. Can we do that? Where is it? It's not in here. I'm stupid.
You stupid.
I'm stupid, y'all. It's his contract right here. As far as the center is concerned, we have to upgrade from Cody Zeller. Cody Zeller is making $15 million this year. So after this season is up, we're going to let him walk. I'm not giving him absolutely no type of re-signing deal. I want to find a prototypical big man. Maybe we can do that in the draft and still build young. But like I said, I want to use Devontae Graham as more trade bait in order to give me another piece. As far as Gordon Hayward is concerned, I think we want to just keep Gordon for right now and see, how it goes. I don't really want to keep Gordon, I'm going to be honest with you, because I want to let my young talent thrive. And Gordon, I feel like, could give us a draft pick that could potentially help us. So I might package Gordon Hayward and Devontae Graham for a deal to get, somebody else, or I might just keep him. Comment down below, should I trade Gordon Hayward or should I keep him on the roster? So we're not going to do that. All right, and you guys know we got to go and talk about that draft real quick, you feel me? So I'm going to be honest with y'all, this draft is something crazy. We're not really looking at no point guards. So I'm not even going to be looking at anybody or anything in this, realm, because we're set with LaMelo and Terry Rozier. So we're set. I don't really have to look for a point guard. As far as shooting guards go, it's kind of hard because we have to see how Malik Monk thrives. If Malik Monk does not thrive, then we're going to be looking at shooting guards. Shout out to Jalen Green. If you are watching this and you watch the OKC series, that's who we drafted. So my rule is, when it comes to the draft and picking players, that we don't, try to keep it separate and we don't pick the same people over and over again. So no, you will not see Jalen Green and LaMelo playing in the same jersey. No, you will not see that. So if that's what you're looking for, click off this video. You will not see that. As far as who I want, This is hard, man. It's really hard because every shooting guard is really tough. But who I'm looking for is really BJ Boston, maybe James Bouknight. Because these two are the prototypical two guards that I want. BJ Boston is just tall. And he could potentially be a two-way type player. He's 6'7", man. He's 6'7". I think he got like a 7-foot wingspan. He is a great scorer. But the thing is, he has a bit of a slight frame. He can possibly play the three, but like I said, he just small. Like, you're 175 pounds, bro, at 6'7". You got to get a little bit bigger. Pause. Moses Moody is another two guard that I might want. He's shorter. He's 6'5", but his wingspan is up there with BJ, and it's actually longer. Pause. It's actually longer than BJ. I think he's a lesser defender of the two. Yes, he is. He's a lesser defender of the two, but I would say he has a little bit more room to grow simply because of the fact that he has a 7'4" wingspan and he could potentially be a better defender. James Bouknight, he just kind of does a little bit of everything. And that's what I'm looking for as far as my two guard. I want them to be a little bit more athletic though. And so that's probably why I might go for Josh Christopher if he's still on the board, depending on what draft pick we get. So it just depends. As far as the small forward and power forward positions, we do not need. I need a center. Evan Mobley could potentially be that guy. Evan Mobley is the target. I want Evan Mobley. You know what I'm saying? If we can get Evan Mobley, that would be crazy. He is 7 foot with a 7'9" wingspan. Did you hear me? Zoom in real quick. 7'9" wingspan. Like, what? Now, obviously, you know what I'm saying, you got Musa, who has a 7'10" wingspan. Dante has an 8'1" wingspan. Whatever. But his intangibles are crazy. In real life, he's a, decent three-point shooter. He can protect the rim. He can dribble. He can do a little bit of everything. And he could potentially be the number 1 overall draft pick. Now, if we can't get him, then Greg Brown is the second person that I kind of want. I might slot him in at a 5. He's 6'9", but he's uber. And when I say uber, I mean uber athletic.
Programs, because those are very good teams and teams. Hello, Greg Brown. Welcome to the big time.
He's crazy athlete. A crazy athlete.
Inside finds Brown. Brown the throwdown. Look out. Oh my goodness. And I think it's
and I could potentially see him, being slotted at the 5. He's 6'9", give you kind of like those Bam vibes. He doesn't really do a lot as far as like defensively, but like I said, he's an athlete and he could potentially be taught defense. So, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. His inside scoring is great, but he's not really a shooter. He utilizes his athleticism for his rebounding and his post defense. But as far as his perimeter defense, it's a little suspect. Another guy that we could potentially, pick up is James Robinson Earl. James Robinson Earl is another guy that kind of does everything. In real life, he's a monster simply because he is very athletic, young guy as well, but he grabs boards, he can shoot, he can play make a little bit. He has great inside defense and he can rebound. So he does a little bit of everything, you know what I'm saying? It's up there with him. So we got a couple of guys that I could potentially put at that 5 spot. But like I said, I'm not really looking for anything outside of the 5 and the 2. Everything else on our team is pretty much set in stone. And I think that's just it as far as what we need as a team. I'm going to go over the game plan as of right now so that Devontae can build a little bit more trade value. I'm going to leave Devontae in as the starter. I'm going to put him at the 2 guard, and then I'm going to have LaMelo start with him, because with LaMelo starting and actually getting minutes, his overall can go up so that when we go into the next year, he's just hooping. D Rose for Terry Rozier. No, we don't want to do that. I'm keeping Terry. I'm not trading Terry. So right off the bat, they give us our first trade of the sim, talking about Robert Covington. I don't want to trade Robert Covington. Like I told y'all, I want to keep a team that can really run the floor and do what they got to do when LaMelo is on the break, because they play essentially better with LaMelo, and I want to be athletic and do everything we can to get some buckets on the break when we get defensive stops. So I don't really like Robert Covington, and plus I don't think he's going to do what we need him to do. So, alright, we're going to look around and try to see if we can get some trades for something. I really want to see what Devontae Graham and Cody Zeller's worth is on the market first before we get into the end of the trade. Oh wow, LaMelo jumped to an 84. Devontae is at a 79 now. So that's looking pretty good for us as far as trade value is concerned. Let's see what we can get for Cody Zeller and anybody else going forward. Brook Lopez, Robert Lopez. Bertans probably would be good, but we got too many forwards on this team, so I don't know. This ain't working. And I don't really see anybody for real. So, yeah, it might be a dub. It might be a definite dub. I don't really see nobody. Garrett Temple, no. Tristan Thompson, no. He's older. And it's like, no. So I don't really see anybody for Cody Zeller. Let's kind of shop around and see some picks. Oh my God. Let me see what the Cavs talking about real quick. Yeah, it's nothing really here. Okay, so Giannis ended up getting MVP. I'm pretty sure he's going to get DPOY as well. Rookie of the year goes to our boy LaMelo. 17, 7, and 5. Them some good stats for a rookie, man. You feed me. Obi Toppin gets 6th man of the year. Okay. Giannis gets DPOY. Alright. Pretty much, Chris Boucher gets most improved. He deserves it, man. He's been hooping in real life as well, man. That's crazy. Mike Budenholzer gets coach of the year, and I don't know who this dude is for executive of the year. Alright, you see the NBA all first team. Yeah, ain't none of our guys gonna be in none of the first or second or even the thirds, but I'm gonna put it up here for y'all to see. You know what I'm saying? People like seeing that and whatnot and blah blah blah. Alright, we gonna just slide through that. But the defensive first team, I see Chris Paul in there. Okay, Chris Paul still making all defensive teams even at his old age, man. LaMelo makes his first team all rookie. I like that. Got a nice little sound to it. But we gonna skip to the playoffs. I'm guaranteeing you that the Lakers probably gonna win, because every time they're the number 1 seed, they win in the Sims. And yeah, like I said, every time the Lakers are the number 1 seed, they win in the Sims. And Bron gets another ring added to the collection, man. GOAT, man. We gonna slide through these player retirements. Let's see who in here. Tyson Chandler, Jamal Crawford. Carmelo is retiring after 17 years. Sheesh. Look at his record, man. All-Star 10 times. First team All-Rookie. Second team All-NBA. Third team All-NBA. He is a bona fide scorer and a first ballot Hall of Famer. Dwight Howard, another one. First ballot Hall of Famer. NBA champion. 8-time All-Star. First team All-NBA. Second team and third team. And Defensive Player of the Year. You know what I'm saying? And it's not including his first or second All-NBA defensive teams. You know what I'm saying? Andre Iguodala is another one where I feel like he can go to the Hall of Fame. Probably not on the game, but he's probably going to go to the Hall of Fame in real life. If not, that, he's gonna get his jersey retired. Kyle Korver is retiring. He was a one-time All-Star, which was a fluke. I'm not gonna say it was a fluke. They just gave that whole starting lineup All-Stars. I don't know what. But UD is one of those guys where he's gonna get his jersey retired in that Miami Heat. Dwight Howard and Carmelo on the game. They go to the Hall of Fame. Much deserved. Okay. They get their jerseys. Oh wow. Now, in real life, I don't think the Nuggets are gonna hang Carmelo's jersey because they're petty. I don't know whenever they're gonna let that whole thing go when it comes to Melo, but Melo definitely deserves his jersey to be hung in the rafters when it comes to the Nuggets franchise, because you know what I'm saying, Melo's the reason why the hood loved the Nuggets, and that's a topic for another day. But anywho, I'm gonna get to the end of this video, man. We're gonna get on up out of here. In the next episode, we're gonna get to this draft lottery, man. Please make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you know the next video drop. Comment if y'all want me to continue this series, man. We're gonna get into this draft. Let me know who y'all want me to pick, and I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. Peace and love. Let's do it.